This week on Chuckload of Comics, Antman and the Wasp reveals massive plot details about the upcoming Avengers 4. Did you miss them? Maybe. Well, stick around. We're going to break them all down for you right here on Chuckload of Comics. Hello and welcome to Chuckload of Comics. Spoiler alert!
That's right.
For Antman and the Wasp 2, you've been warned. You know that little movie that they said was just going to be a standalone film that had nothing to do with the other events? Well, nothing could be further from the truth.
Right?
If you haven't seen Antman and the Wasp, go ahead and skip forward about 5 minutes because we've got some other stories we're going to get into.
That's right.
But we wanted to get into Antman and the Wasp and how the post-credit sequence pretty much unfolds the entire plot of Avengers 4, Avengers Infinity 2.
Did you catch it?
Did you miss this, the subtleties that dropped? If you did, stick around. I've been dying to get into this. I got to get it off my chest. So, if you've seen Ant-Man and the Wasp, you know the first mid-credits sequence that shows Scott, Hank, Janet, and Hope on the roof of a building. They've shrunk the quantum tunnel down to fit in the back of the minivan.
So smart.
So the plan is to send Scott into the quantum realm, collect some quantum particles in a jar, which he does, and bring it back up to cure Ghost of her horrible affliction. Well, that's what they do. But before they send Scott down into the quantum realm, Janet Van Dyne makes a point to say to Scott, time and space does not work the same inside of the quantum realm. Beware of time vortexes. Remember that term, time vortexes. It's very, very important because we know that time is going to play a big role in Avengers 4. We've all seen the set photos that shows Tony Stark, young Captain America, and Ant-Man back in the original Battle of New York from the first Avengers movie.
Right, and we all know Ant-Man was not there.
Ant-Man was not there. So we know there's going to be some time going on. But how are they going to do that? With the time stone? No, because Thanos has the time stone right now. They're going to use these time vortexes. So, you know that Scott's down in the quantum realm. He's radioing up to everybody on the roof. You pan back out and you see that everybody up there has been dusted.
Goosebumps.
Everybody's dead. Scott is trapped down in the quantum realm. How's he going to get out? He's going to use the time vortexes to get out of the quantum realm. He is going to use those time vortexes to launch himself into the future. He's going to come out of the time vortex. He's going to come out of the quantum tunnel. 20 years in the future, maybe 10, maybe 5, maybe 30, who knows?
Doesn't matter.
Because we also saw in the set video, of the set photos, that Tony Stark looks very old. He looks very aged. So there will be a future going on. We also know that Cassie, little Cassie, Scott Lang's daughter, Cassie Lang, is been recast with a grown-up actress. So we know there's going to be future elements. He's going to run into his daughter, all grown up. We're going to get to see a future world that has taken place after the snap.
That's so cool.
That's exciting in and of itself, because it's not like they just reversed everything in a day. The world has lived on in this post-apocalyptic, post-Thanos world.
That's going to be so cool
of everybody being dead, because they have no way to fix it. They got no technology to fix it until now. Scott's going to go into the future. He's going to see something's wrong. He's going to go looking for Tony Stark.
That's right.
In a way to fix everything. Well, Tony Stark is going to be able to make some sort of a time machine. How's he going to do it? He's going to do it using the jar of quantum fluid.
Right.
That we saw Scott collect. So, is he going to do it by himself? I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
I think he's going to go to Wakanda. He's going to find Shuri.
The other genius.
The geniuses are going to put their heads together, develop a device that allows them to go back in time to reset the events of Infinity War.
That's right.
So, where is this technology? If you look really closely on the photos, the set photos, you'll see they're all wearing these little wristbands, these little hand devices, and they're all wearing them. Cap's got one, Ant-Man's got one, Tony's got one. So that's the technology that they're using to jump forward and back in time.
The color of these watch-like things quite resembles the color of the quantum fluid that Ant-Man brings back.
So it's going to be a very time-jumpy kind of movie. They're going to be able to jump way back in time. They're going to be able to collect other Avengers, collect all kinds of people, maybe grab Hawkeye and have him help in the fray.
Who else do you think they're going to grab?
Well, it's important to note that it's not just time that works differently. It's time and space.
That's right.
So they could theoretically go back into the 90s, somewhere else in space, collect Captain Marvel, bring her back into the fight. That's how you introduce Captain Marvel
from the
into the fight, the big space and time fight that's going to be Avengers 4.
Nailed it.
So what else happens? It's important also to note, Kevin Feige has said that we are going to see different versions of Avengers' classic favorite characters, different versions of them, versions from different timelines, different realities, different dimensions.
Right.
That word dimensions is really important because when Goliath is explaining what's going on with Ghost, how her body exists in multiple dimensions at the same time. Her cells are being ripped apart and put back together over and over again. They've introduced different dimensions. I'm starting to get a little bit lost here, but I'm trying really, really hard to get all this stuff in.
No, you're not. You're on point.
So, we can go into different dimensions now. We can go to alternate universes that have different Black Panthers and different everybody else. Someone else you could probably get from these alternate dimensions.
Who's that, Chuck?
If the Fox Disney deal goes through, you can get the Fantastic Four into the MCU. If they go to a different dimension, collect the Fantastic Four. That's
smart.
the perfect way to get the Fantastic Four into the Marvel Cinematic Universe without having to do an origin story.
Another origin story.
So that's absolutely fantastic.
Ta-da!
What else have we seen?
What else do we get from the Fox deal if it goes down?
Good point. If the Fox deal goes down, you also get mutants.
Hello,
you get the X-Men.
You get the X-Men back.
How do you introduce the X-Men into the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
Let's go back to what Janet said.
Janet said when she was in the quantum realm that she has evolved. She's become something she wasn't before. Every time you hear in comic books they use the word evolve or evolution, it almost always refers to the mutants. It almost always refers to the X-Men.
That's right.
And evolution. So, is Janet the first mutant?
Probably not.
Maybe, maybe not.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think that's a little too easy to do. What I think is going to happen, every time Scott comes in and out of one of these time vortexes, there's there's a cat.
Walter, time vortex.
Don't be distracted by the cat. When he comes out of a time vortex, I think there's going to be an explosion of quantum energy that mutates the people around them.
That's right.
Why not? How cool is that?
Yeah.
So when he comes out of this thing, there's a mass mutation of the people surrounding the place where he comes out of the time.
So when he goes back to the 90s or 80s, and when he goes back to the 90s and gets Captain Marvel, he's created mutants, basically.
Right. If he goes back to the 80s, comes out of the time vortex, mutates a bunch of people in the 80s, when he jumps back into present day, we will be living in a world of mutants.
Ta-da!
Bam. Did it. One, just like that. So easy.
That's right. Kevin Feige, if you haven't come up with this already, just give us a watch.
I'm sure he has.
Gotcha.
So yeah, that's great.
So
now,
exciting.
none of this explains how they're going to beat Thanos.
No.
No idea. But we do know it's going to be a very time jumpy, space jumpy. There's a million things they can do with the way they left off.
I know.
Antman the Wasp.
It's so smart, so intelligent. I'm loving it. I'm so excited.
I'm absolutely loving it too. Let us know what you guys think. Leave us a comment. I'm sure we missed a ton of things. Let us know what you guys think.
Or maybe you think we're completely wrong.
Yeah, does this theory hold water? Maybe, maybe not.
I think it does.
Time will tell. We'll find out in less than 1 year.
So exciting.
Moving right along. On to some more awesome movie news that came down.
Yeah?
Kimbo Slice.
Yes.
For all of you fight fans and all of you YouTube fans, you know who Kimbo Slice is. They're going to be making a Kimbo Slice feature film, a biopic about this fighter, this backyard brawler. It's going to be called Backyard Legend.
That's so cool.
Fantastic title for a movie. If you're unfamiliar with who Kimbo Slice is, he is a gentleman who he was a homeless guy. Born in the Bahamas, came to America, was homeless, came to fame in YouTube for doing backyard fighting. People would hire him to come and fight in their backyard, fight against their biggest neighborhood guy. Well, the dude exploded in popularity on YouTube. He went on to live the super dream of actually fighting in the UFC.
Right?
It's an amazing American success story. It's a rags to riches story.
He's such a nice guy, too. Or he seemed like to be a nice guy.
You know, who knows? He might have been a total dick.
That's true.
But so he passed away after his time at the UFC. He passed away very, very early in life, like in his 40s. So yeah, they're making this into a film, and it's an amazing rags to riches movie. It's going to be written by the guy who wrote White Boy Rick. I don't know if you saw the trailer for White Boy Rick.
It looks pretty awesome.
But it looks like a badass movie.
And guess who's going to be starring in the Kimbo Slice movie?
Cast! For all of you Black Panther fans, M'Baku,
Yep.
the guy from Black Panther, actor's name is Winston Duke.
Perfect
casting. The guy looks very Kimbo Slicey. He's got the build for it.
Yep.
He's a fantastic actor.
Yep.
So yeah, that's something to get very, very excited about. It's almost a Rocky-esque story, but it's a real life story. It's pretty incredible.
awesome. I can't wait for that. That's going to be great.
I'm very, very, very excited about the Kimbo Slice movie. No director has been found yet, so it's still in early development. They're still writing the script, but it's a no-brainer. It practically writes itself.
Yeah, and it'll probably be quick to film, too, so I can't wait for that. That's going to be great.
Yep. Let us know what you think about the Kimbo Slice movie. Leave us a comment. Let us know what you think. So about 2 weeks ago, we reported on the new AMC Stubs A-List. It's the program that AMC is doing where you pay $20 a month and you can essentially see unlimited movies at your local AMC.
So cool.
We signed up for it 2 weeks ago. We've used it for the past 2 weeks. We want to give you kind of a quick review about what we like about it, what we maybe don't like about it. There's nothing I don't like about it.
I was going to say, what we don't like
great.
about it.
It's absolutely awesome. So you can go see Dolby Theater screenings. You can see AMC Prime, IMAX, 3D, opening night, opening weekend, no special fees.
You can bring your cat. No, you can't bring your cat.
Can't bring your cat.
That's the one thing you don't like about it.
But it's pretty great. So for $20 a month, we've already seen about $60 to $80 worth of movies.
Easy.
We've already got tickets reserved for 3 more movies before the month is out. So by the time the month is out, we will have saved hundreds of dollars.
Easy.
With this $20 a month deal.
Yeah.
With AMC.
The coolest thing is, to me, is that you can, as soon as tickets go on sale, like as soon as Infinity 2 or Avengers 4, whatever you want to call it, goes on sale, we can reserve that ticket.
Yeah.
And it just sits there in your wallet, your virtual AMC ticket wallet.
It's all app-based. So as soon as something goes on sale, just bam, pull up the app, select your seat. We've done the same thing. We've got Prime seats to all the upcoming films. Just by, just a flick of the wrist.
It's so cool.
There's no cancellation fees. So if you decide you want to go see a movie, you select it. Okay, say that I want that ticket for that movie. You can cancel anytime you want. 0 cancellation fees. You don't even have to show up. If you don't even feel like pressing the button and canceling, you can just not go.
It's so cool.
It's so cool. It's so amazing. If you have an AMC in your area and you see more than 2 movies a month, you gotta do it. There's no reason not to. You're gonna make your money hand over fist. Shauna, it was her birthday. She got free popcorn, free soda. We are taking AMC to the cleaners on this deal. So do it. I highly recommend it. It's super easy. You can go, it gets you excited about going and seeing movies that you might not normally want to see.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna pay $20 to go see Jurassic World 2, but I did anyway because it was totally free.
Yep.
It was great.
So cool.
So sign up for AMC Stubs if you got an AMC in your area. So moving on to comic book reviews. This week's comic book reviews, our indie comic book of the week is this book right here. It's called The Rot. It is by Source Point Press, and it's almost a disservice to call this an independent comic book because the quality of it is as good as anything you're going to see at Dark Horse. Source Point Press is a really big indie publisher. They're not small time. They're really, really big. They've got amazing titles. This one is no exception. It's called The Rot. It is by David Hayes and Sean Seal. We met these guys at C2E2 this year, and they sold us on this book, The Rot. Took it home, read it.
Loved it.
Loved it. It's absolutely fantastic. What it is, it's a sort of a sci-fi horror kind of a thing where science is meddling with the supernatural big time.
Yeah.
It introduces a fresh new character called The Rot. He is a former assassin who is in prison. He's got like 90 life sentences.
Right.
He's killed hundreds of people. He's not a great guy, but while he was in prison, he found Jesus, and so he's bettering himself while he's in jail. Well, he gets picked as for a science experiment
because he has cancer.
He has cancer, and so they say, okay, we can cure your cancer if you sign up for this little program. So he does. Who wouldn't? So then they strap him to the chair. They start the procedure, and then they tell him, hey, by the way, A, we gave you cancer.
Yeah.
And B, the whole purpose of this is to make you more of a killer so that you can kill people for the government.
Interesting.
So that's not cool. Nobody likes that.
Right?
So instead of that happening, the procedure actually enhances
his spirituality.
His spiritual side as much as it enhances his killer side. It gives him the ability to kill people using his cancer.
Crazy.
It doesn't cure the cancer. It almost heightens it and allows him to use it as a weapon.
And control it.
To fight evildoers. So he's a guy who's very spiritual. That all happens kind of in the first issue. Once you get into issue 2 and 3, it gets even crazier.
Cool crazy.
It's very much like The Preacher or Spawn in that there's heaven and hell plays a really prominent role. Heaven sends an emissary down to kill the Rot because he's sort of an abomination for heaven. Hell doesn't want nothing to do with him either.
Poor guy.
So there's this whole heaven-hell war going on with the Rot in the middle. It's fantastic. I don't want to give you all the spoilers of it, but it's amazing. The art by Sean Seal will knock your socks off. Absolutely blow your hair back. It's every page is an oil painting. Awesome use of shadows, amazing colors. It's a phenomenal book.
Good.
Pick it up. You can go to sourcepointpress.com. Order your issues of The Rot. We talked to sourcepointpress.com about a week ago. They said they're already working on the second miniseries.
Yes, so this is issue 1, 2, and 3 is one arc. So you get the whole story with just those 3 issues, which is really cool.
Yeah. So check it out. You can also go to your local comic book store and order an issue of The Rot.
Sweet!
So, anyway, if you've ever read it, leave us a comment. Let us know what you think. That's kind of our whole show for the week, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. Click that subscribe button if you haven't joined the Chuckload of Comics family. We're here every single Sunday talking about movies, talking about comics, nerd news, anything that happened in the world of fandom every single Sunday.
That's right.
So thanks a lot for watching, guys. Have a fantastic week. We'll see you here next Sunday.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
See you later.